the big news here in just the last few minutes. It has been made official. LeBron James will make his return. He came out and warmed up about 45 minutes ago, spent about 14 minutes on the floor, and then shortly thereafter the announcement was made. LeBron will come back after missing the last 8 games with an abdominal strain. Woj is with us here on the court tonight. Woj, what more can you tell us about this decision?
Greeny, LeBron James had been targeting tonight against the Celtics all week long to make this return from this abdominal strain. And I'm told this was an injury that he had been conservative with, one that he wanted to get past and not have an injury that was going to be recurring through the season. But he had a great workout in Milwaukee on Wednesday and then came out tonight really moving well with that abdominal strain. So he'll be back. The Lakers, without him this season, they've been 4-6.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He threw down a slam dunk right before he ran off the floor. And we all looked at each other and said, oh, yeah, LeBron is playing tonight. But I'll tell you what, his game has changed over the last few seasons. Although he's played just 6 games this year, he's averaging only 10 points in the paint, which is on pace to be his fewest since his rookie year. And his average shot distance has dropped by roughly a foot in each of the past 2 seasons. So it is sort of the evolution of the superstar that we are seeing. And so, Stephen A. Smith, what do we need to see from LeBron James in his return for the Lakers to achieve all that they would like to?
All that he has to offer plus additional prayers. It really comes down to that. LeBron James is going to be LeBron James. He's on the court. He's too big. He's too great. He's too brilliant not to be anything less than what we expect of him, which is 25 to 27 a game, while running the offense, keeping the turnovers to a minimum, and galvanizing his team. The question is, would that be good enough? I think it's good enough for them to be a formidable team, good enough for them to be a playoff team. I stopped there because of the Golden State Warriors. I said it before, I say it again, and I'll be damned if I'm going to apologize for it.
The Lakers, the oldest team in basketball, but they play at the second fastest pace. You're going to see LeBron James actually get out in transition and get layups and get dunks fed to him by his teammates. He's also going to stabilize the lineup. THG's came back. He's been playing well. Russell Westbrook had 15 assists in the previous game. You need Anthony Davis to be dominant and play a lot more at the 5. So having LeBron James back puts everybody back in their normal position. The Lakers start to play better basketball with him in the lineup.
Michael Wilbon, only 2 players in the history of the sport have played more minutes than LeBron James has. Is it reasonable to expect him to do all of these things at this stage of his career?
No, it's not reasonable, but let's face it, LeBron has defied that many times in his incredible career. But I was just thinking when Jalen and Stephen A. were talking about the things they need from him, I'm nodding, saying, yeah. But the number one thing they need from him is to be available, to be healthy. And I don't know how reasonable it is to expect that, given LeBron is not going to be out there shying away from contact and just sort of staying out of the fray. That's not who he is. So the one thing and the only thing I wish for LeBron James moving into the holiday season is good health. I don't know. We know if he's healthy, he's going to do all the things both those guys just said. Mm-hmm. But can he be healthy? Those minutes are real, man. When people talk about tread on the tire, that's what they're talking about.
Oh, please.
And he's in an area that no one has ever ventured before.
Oh, please, excuse me. Last time I checked, you climbing up in age on that birth certificate of yours. You still move
Happy
pretty
birthday,
well.
Wilby.
You work a lot of hours. You work your tail off. You outwork people like myself, okay? That's the bottom. I don't want to hear all of that. I don't want to hear all of that.
Y'all are propping me up. You guys are propping me up. I appreciate it.
It's well-deserved. Now, here's the situation.
Yeah.
Let me address Mr. Jalen
Please
Rose
do.
here. You can't have it both. You can't have LeBron James in the lineup healthy with the ball in his hands and talk to me about pace. Because if LeBron James has the ball in his hands, it's going to compromise their pace. He holds onto the ball because he knows he makes the best decisions. And as a result, he's going to purview the landscape, and he's going to make decisions, and it's going to slow their pace.
You don't believe
know
me?
that.
You don't believe me? Just watch tonight.
Tonight.
They're second in pace not because of LeBron. It's because of everybody else,
I know that.
including Russell
While he was
Westbrook.
gone. While he was gone.
Now that he's back, watch you go see LeBron James hanging on this rim with 2 hands. 3-on-2
So LeBron ain't
breaks,
going to be holding the ball.
2-on-1 break.
So LeBron's not going to be holding the ball.
No, they're going to play a
You
lot
know who has
faster
spoken on
until
this
the
issue?
game slows down.
It's ridiculous. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.